Hello, everyone.
No, you can't do it like that.
I was going to change up what's up, everybody.
No.
All right.
No.
Hi.
Hey, kind folks.
Hello.
No?
No.
Don't mess with it?
No.
Okay.
Do it right.
What's up, everybody out there in podcast land?
Man.
This is the Midnight Turnaround. Thank you for showing up on your computer box once again.
You faked me out with that intro.
I know. And they smiled right at you when I did it.
Hello.
Thank you for listening. Once again, episode
13?
13. Man,
We've been doing this a while.
we're like veterans
We're
now.
not doing it long enough.
Not long enough at all. To my right, we're going to go into intros right away because I'm excited.
Let's do it.
I'm excited.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Fresh talent.
Victor Yoli.
What's happening?
He's here.
Hello.
Where can you find us?
MidnightTurnaround@gmail.com.
That's where you can email us.
That's my job.
That is.
I do the email.
Until you get the buttons.
And
No, that is my button. You pushed it, and I said MidnightTurnaround@gmail.com.
I'll push your button.
Oh.
And I do believe he stuck to the 0.8 seconds on that one.
Yeah, I
He-
slowed it down.
He did slow it down.
Slowed it
And we
down.
appreciate that.
I wish we had like some, like a.
For what?
Midnight Turnaround, gmail.com. You know, like.
Oh, something sexy.
Yeah.
You're trying to make your portion of the show sexy.
I mean, I'm trying not to because it already is.
You're trying to de-sex it.
Desexitize.
So,
understand it.
so a little bass line just makes it less sexy.
It
Less
does.
sexy.
It does. Sexy lessness. To my right,
All right.
Jeremy the Jayhawk Hockaday.
Hello. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Midnight Turnaround.
Oh, that sounds nice.
That was good. That was good, man.
Thank you.
That was really good. So
I was taking a
So
drink.
let me tell you what you shouldn't do. For all those out there listening, if you ever start a podcast of your own, you shouldn't introduce yourself. Well, be introduced and say, hey, and then proceed to drink when people are expecting you to maybe say a
And
sentence.
to my right,
Guest speaker.
we have a guest today. Brand new to the show.
We
His
do.
name is Jeff Seipel.
Jeff Seipel. Yes, welcome. Welcome to the show. Tony is missing this week.
That's way too much.
Well, we know
applause.
where he is.
Well, it's for our audience that's obviously here
Okay.
watching.
Yeah. No, that should have been like 3 seconds tops.
Yeah, because
I told you it was too long.
There hasn't been any hate on this episode yet. So
No.
no, Tony's not here.
No,
Wait, am I receiving the hate this week?
No, he
You might.
dishes the hate.
he-
Okay.
yeah.
So it's a hateless episode.
The man's got Tony right now.
Endless?
He's working for the man.
For the man.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's pissed about it.
Well, he's always pissed about working, even
Yeah.
if he's supposed to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Man,
So-
it's Monday. I gotta work.
So welcome to the Midnight Turnaround, Jeff.
Thank you.
glad to have you.
We've had a lot of inquiries.
Yes, welcome to the Banana Mike Studio.
Inquiries.
Last time I was in this room, it was not the Banana Mike Studios.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
Would you say this is renovated?
It's painted blue.
It has a table. No, it was blue last time I was here.
Oh,
Some people would say if you add a table, it's a renovation.
someone say you add a table, it becomes a studio.
It's a studio.
No, the microphones make it the studio.
Well, I could put a microphone
there
in
we
my
go.
bathroom. but that
I
make it
would
a
say
studio.
the talent makes it a studio.
I would listen to it.
Oh.
Actually, could you take a microphone into the bathroom with you?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can take
I
anything
bet
in the bathroom with you.
Jeff can make
Here's
some
what's-
better music than I
Here's
can.
what's
I would.
awesome about this.
I'll take a phone call in the bathroom.
We
I
kick-
got no problem with that.
This week
Yeah.
we kicked Tony off the show because I was like, I'm so sick of you having Crohn's disease. Get out of here.
Get outta
We
here.
brought in another crony.
And god damn it, if Jeff didn't show up, if Jeff didn't show up with his Crohn's disease,
I can't.
Like you brought it.
It's in a suitcase, just in my trunk. Carried it in.
I didn't realize.
This was Vic's idea.
No, we as a
so
group,
Vic's to blame.
Okay.
we as a group we welcome you here. We're glad you're here.
He reached out and I said okay.
With open arms.
Yep,
You expressed
And an
interest
open
at one
fly.
point
I did early.
early on.
I think it was episode 1 or 2. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
before we were veterans, and you said, I got to do this.
Well, so then if you guys are veterans, does that make me the virgin?
Yes.
Yes.
So be gentle.
We're taking your podcast virginity.
Never.
No, I'm being deflowered. I realize that. I'm okay with that.
More gentle.
Do we need to hire a rape writer?
No, we don't.
No, there's too much.
Have we discussed rape writing on
No,
the show?
we have not.
Should we?
We
Yes.
should.
Yes. Go ahead.
You,
No, take it.
Jump into it.
we as a group, collectively, have noticed an increase in rape scenes in cinematic adventures, a.k.a. movies.
Movies.
And you have to think, in order for a rape scene to take place in a film, someone has to write that down on
It
a
has
piece
to
of
be
paper.
written.
Yep.
They have to say, then he
Yeah.
grabs her hair and slaps her and tears her shirt off. Like, someone has to write that down. And I'm just curious, is there like one rape writer out there? Is there a bunch of them?
Well,
is there a
two,
union?
There's two ways you can go with it, and there's either the guy that hates that he's the rape writer. Like every time like there's a rape scene, they look at Danny, and Danny's like, God damn it, guys, I don't want to do this again.
I don't think that's the guy. that you
Or
get.
there's this guy who's like, all right, guys, we need a rape scene. And he's like, I got a notebook right here. I've been planning this scenario for months.
Like, which one do you want?
Which scenario?
Now here, this comes back to, if you're watching the movie, do you want a good rape scene or a bad rape scene?
Is there a good?
Is there a difference?
No.
No.
Rape is
Well,
rape.
so
And-
I was gonna say I'll take you one further on that. So you're talking about the rape writer. So any Sons of Anarchy fans in the room?
No, I've never
No,
watched
not
it.
him.
So the guy who's writing it, Kurt Sutter, is married to Katie
Is a
Sagal.
rapist.
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
Katie Seagal's a rapist?
Well, she might be. I don't know. But anyway, so she's in the show, and she's like the wife of the leader of the biker club.
Okay.
And he's in it too, but he's kind of like he's one of the bikers who's in jail.
Okay.
But he writes the show, produces it, like he's the man behind the show. He wrote a rape scene for Katie Seagal's character. Like he raped his own wife.
Wrote a rape scene for his wife.
for his wife in the show, and she gets raped by Henry Rollins.
That's how I'd want to do
I
it.
feel like everyone gets raped by Henry Rollins.
Like, but I mean, how do you write that for
I
your
feel like
wife?
if you had to be raped.
I think Henry Rollins is the one actor you don't have to write a rape scene for. You just say go, and he's all like, "So what? I just like what? I just do it." And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Ah."
When really he's like a thoughtful, like,
He's like
polite dude.
He's so smart and
Yeah.
like gentlemanly, if you
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
But he's just portrayed as such a hard.
But how
ass.
awkward is that guy? And did he think of that? Like, you know what we should do next episode?
Rape you.
We should have
Or
some
was
rape.
it brought up to him? Like,
I have no. I mean, it played well into the plot and everything, and it works well. But like, he wrote a rape scene for his
Hey,
wife.
them's the breaks. You're on the show, shit happens.
I mean, she got paid, so.
well, yeah.
You know,
I wonder if she
so
got
did
paid
he.
time and a half.
should be.
You know, I don't know, but
Holiday pay?
And I can't help but think that the guy, he's just sitting in the office of the
I gotta
horse,
rate the director's wife today.
and he's like, stop tapping on the table.
I'll do what I want.
Second episode in a row. I'm gonna hit you with this little bottle.
This little bottle.
little bottle.
Which, by the way, this week's episode not brought to you by
No, inspired by.
Inspired by Little King's Original Cream Ale.
Little Kings, and Jeff Seipel is not partaking, but he said, I haven't seen a Little King in forever.
I haven't.
Are they old?
Probably older than me.
Where'd you pick these
and
up
That's
at?
pretty old.
They're at Kroger.
Oh, Little
I
King's.
swear, and I'm not even a beer drinker, but I swear I've seen those before.
These are pretty much glass beer bottles, but they're 7 ounces, so they're like little mini beers.
Yeah.
They're Jeremy-sized beers.
Everything's going mini these days.
Exactly. So,
Except us, we're just expanding.
well,
Which I was complimented on the other day.
oh my God.
Which might introduce a new segment. I haven't decided yet.
Even if not, tell the story.
We'll set up the scenario
Okay.
because we were out.
Okay, we were out last night. We were invited to a wedding after party. So, we didn't get the
Would that
wedding
be The
invite.
reception?
Or that's
No.
what I thought.
No.
No.
Okay.
No, we didn't get the wedding invite. We didn't get the reception invite. We got the invite to the party after the reception that
Wow.
started at 10 o'clock at night.
Okay.
So we show up, and it's actually, I never had him. He's a teacher,
Yeah, I never had him either, but he was a teacher.
and he's a coworker of my wife and their friends. So I'm like, and I've known him for a few years since high school.
Was he
You
a
know.
teacher? He was a teacher while we were there.
Yeah,
We just never had him.
never had him.
So he's a high school teacher. We never had him. He got married. Comes out to this bar that we're at.
Yep.
And again, it's a lot of his probably closer friends than we are.
Yeah.
You're like his coworker's husband, and I'm your friend.
Yeah.
That he knew in high school a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's had a few in him from the
sure
wedding and the reception.
I'm sure he did.
Coming to this bar, and he comes up to me, and I go to shake his hand. I'm like, "Congratulations, man!" And he like puts his hand on my shoulders, man. You gained some weight. And then I think he realized that that's not polite, and then he kind of took it back like, no, I mean, it's good weight.
No, it's good weight.
It's good weight.
You were thin as a rail.
Yeah, he said you were thin as a rail.
You were a rail
You were
lad.
a rail. You put on some good weight.
And I'll tell you this, Vic. I've known you a fucking long time.
Never been a rail.
Never been a rail.
Never been a rail.
Listen.
I've been not as fat as I am now.
I've seen you close.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah,
Close to as fat as I am.
No, close to a rail.
Oh.
But no.
I've seen you approaching healthy weight.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. I approached it once, but the door was locked, so
I'm
I
allowed
left.
to say that because I'm the biggest fucking fatty in the room. So,
That hurt a little.
but he just laid it on him, and then I couldn't believe it. Like I stared at Vic, like, "Are you kidding me?" But it's good weight.
It's good weight. No, yeah, it's good.
Well, the thing is, he had been thinking that all night about all the bridesmaids and things that he hadn't seen in years, and he couldn't say it to any of them. So the first thing he thought, he was like, "I can say it to you."
So then later, they handed out plates of cake,
Yes.
and they set one in front of me, and I didn't want it. We were drinking a couple beers. I didn't want it. So then I go, "Vic, take this cake and just stare at him while you eat it." so he's taking bites of it and like making these grotesque fat faces while he's like eating cake. Then about the last like third of it, the last third of the piece, I go, "Dude, just put the plate up to your mouth." And that's not good for the radio.
Just, like, shovel it.
He put it up to his lip and just shoveled it in with the fork.
It was a big piece of cake.
It was a big piece of cake.
I shoveled it in.
And later he goes, "Yeah, I've been eyeing that piece of cake." And I was like, as soon as you said, "Just do that," I was like, yes, I get to eat that
Yes,
cake.
I was, because apparently after the fat comment towards me, they felt even worse if they offered me cake. So I didn't get offered the cake. They offered Aaron the cake, not me the cake. So I'm like, why didn't I get offered no cake? And I was seriously looking at his cake like, that cake looks really good. It was like
Which he should have just came up and said, "I know you want cake.
I know-
Here's a piece."
I would have been like, is it good cake? Is it good cake?
Is it good cake?
Yeah. But so that inspired me to create a new bit that I want to see. We'll work on this and maybe bring it in next episode.
Yeah.
But just rude things you say to acquaintances, not to complete strangers. Because saying something rude to a complete stranger is one thing. You're never going to see him again. And saying rude things to your friends, if I can say rude shit to you all the time. You're my friend. It doesn't matter. But to an acquaintance,
It was so
that
funny.
middle ground where it's like you're probably going to see this person again.
It
and
was so
They're
funny.
going to remember this rude shit you just said to them
Yeah.
one time.
Well, yeah. And I just kept looking, and I couldn't believe it. It was so fucking funny.
Then you were trying to get me to say slightly rude stuff back to him.
Well, I said, is there a way you could talk down to him and guise it in? But we didn't come up with anything.
I said, this is the thing. He was wearing a pink tie, so I was gonna go and be like, "You look really good in pink," and I thought that would be funny enough, but not so rude. Cause,
Yeah.
be honest, he did look good in pink.
I mean, it was a good tie.
He's pulling it off. I was jealous.
Yeah.
Of his tie.
It was just hilarious. But speaking of acquaintances, this weekend we had our 10-year high school reunion, sir.
Hey.
And Mr. Seipel, you had. Do we want to say?
Yeah, it's
He's
fine.
not-
comfortable?
he's not sure.
I'm fine with it because I don't look my age.
You
so
don't
I'm
at
cool.
all.
I'm cool with it.
You had your 20
I
year.
had my 20.
Yikes. Where did you go to high school?
I went to Hilliard.
Okay.
And I went to Hilliard when there was only one Hilliard. In fact, my sophomore year was the first year that they opened what is now Davidson. So
Okay.
I think now they have Davidson, Bradley, and I don't know what the
Yeah,
hell
I think
else.
one of my
That's a lot of
cousins
schools!
graduated from Bradley.
there's three of them. They built three identical schools to save on the architectural, designs and fees and whatnot. So you end up all going to the same building, like
Wait,
internally.
it's the same.
yeah.
Yeah, Pickerington's the same way. The
At
two new
least,
schools that
at
they
least
built.
two of them, and I think the third one is.
Wow. Because they would have to pay someone to
Probably.
design a new whole new
Exactly.
school.
Yeah. So all they have to do is like pay the surveying or whatever to level
Mm-hmm.
the land and get it ready to go, and then, but yeah, 20 years.
Where did you guys go for your reunion?
Did you also go to your 10-year?
I did 10. No, I did not go to 10. We had a 5, which was about 20 people around a campfire. It was,
Okay.
It was a complete joke.
And it was like the people that were sort of still friends anyways?
No, actually,
No?
it was the weirdest group of 20 people you could have ever possibly assembled, and it was at a girls' out on Rome Hilliard Road. There's a place called Hoffman Farms.
Okay.
And that's where we were. But and I won't say her name, but my classmates will know if they ever listen to this.
And they will. They're guaranteed to now.
Her family owns the farm, and she was not even there. Like, we were at her family's farm.
Did she know you were there?
I think so.
Okay.
But, like, you have to keep
Some would say that that's trespassing.
No.
I mean,
No, we had
Is it like her parents were out of town? She's like, yeah, we can have a party here, guys.
No. We had permission. I think there may have even been a hayride or something. That
Oh,
happened.
yeah.
It was.
Can't go wrong with it.
But you have to remember, okay?
You
So kick back 20 years, right? 1992. So 5 years puts us at 97. No Facebook.
92.
No Facebook. No
True.
MySpace. They were trying to basically assemble the class through like the Northwest News.
wow.
Is that a newspaper?
Yeah. I don't even know if it's still around, but like
How did we get anything done before Facebook?
not
true.
not an easy way to assemble almost
It's-
400 people for a reunion.
I was going to say, it's honestly, I think, taken for granted now
Well,
by classes like
it's
us.
reach.
Oh, absolutely.
Because-
Across the board, bands.
Yeah.
I mean, you name it. Yeah, no, it's.
Did
totally
anybody
taken
else
for
hold
granted.
out on joining Facebook?
No.
I met.
I
two
remember the
last
day I
night.
joined.
Two that have not.
Still not.
That's rare now.
Yeah.
It's like finding a person without a tattoo.
Yeah, someone
You're
asked,
like, what?
Someone asked me yesterday
Like-
at our
like-
reunion, at our 10 year, Joe Clickinger
Yeah.
comes up to me and he goes, "You guys on Facebook?" I was like, "Who's not on Facebook?"
Yeah.
Like,
You guys aren't
do you
friends
need
with
to ask
I'm
that
friends with
question?
him on Facebook.
I am
wasn't.
now.
I am now.
I am
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I've been friends with him for a while on Facebook. We don't
But-
really like talk a lot, but I'm still friends. I'll read his posts and whatnot.
I just thought it was funny. I didn't realize people weren't on Facebook.
Wait. Yeah. It's sort of like.
You know what I don't like?
It's almost expected now.
This is what I don't like, and I'm sure that this will be not even a discussion a year from now, 2 years from now. It's almost not a discussion now. I don't like the Facebook exclusive invites and things like that.
Yeah.
Because there's people now that do their wedding invites on Facebook only. You don't
Oh,
get
yeah.
you don't get nothing in the mail. They do, like this reunion kind of had an invite, but it was
Yeah.
predominantly done on Facebook.
Well, it had a mailed invite.
Right, but if you weren't on Facebook to begin with, you weren't on the mailing address to get the letter in the mail. See what I'm saying?
No, ours was all Facebook,
Was it?
and we actually have a page for the class, right? The class of '92, and there's probably close to 200, 210 people that have been added to the page.
Yeah.
And that's out of roughly like 375 or
You have
400.
a giant school.
Who?
You said
us?
400 people in your
My
class?
my graduating class was probably like 375.
Yeah.
We
And
had
we've-
like 182.
600.
Okay.
And I know that because
680.
I was 182nd in our class
as a Y.
with a .04.
He
No, I
was-
meant grade wise.
In,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
well, that
I had a
too.
point-
His class
04.
ranking. His class ranking.
So-
187th, 182nd.
Somebody's got to.
You were 187 out of 182.
You got to bring up the rear.
Somebody's got to bring up the rear.
There was a group of 5 janitors who had a better GPA than I did.
And coincidentally graduated with our class.
Yeah, they did.
No,
So 5 years was awkward. I was 20. How did 20 go?
Well, so the funny thing is like I said, it's all done through Facebook, and I praise the people who spent the time and did the work to try and assemble everybody.
Yeah.
Kind of working off the class page, call it 200 people, and I think we maybe had like 50 who showed, and maybe a little, with spouses. I don't know, maybe we hit 60, 75. We ended up having it out in there's a bar out on Cosgray that's owned by one of our fellow classmates. We started at Dave and Buster's, or we were talking about going to the barn, and like people weren't prepaying, and they couldn't get the commitments for people to come in, and we ended up kind of moving it over to this place where there really wasn't much of a commitment. It was, hey, it's Ryan's bar, and we show up, and they'll
Yeah.
have salad, and there's a pizza place next door, and we'll have wings and whatever, and just kind of mingle.
where immediately you went, salad, I'm out.
No, actually, I'm in.
In?
I love salad. I just not.
How
yeah.
is that possible?
You love it going in, but not it coming out.
Well, yeah, there's a joke there, but
Because Well, we'll get to that in one
Yeah,
second. We'll get to your diet in a second.
But
Because I'm envious. I say that in an envious tone.
I got there probably close to 7:15. We closed the bar at 2 or 2:30, and then we still hung around telling stories till probably close to 3:30.
Okay.
It was a very small group of us that were really there till like the very end, and they just wanted to go home. So
Yeah.
That's really interesting because that's very similar to how my night went.
Yeah.
Where we were at Buffalo Wild Wings,
there you go.
and we got there at 7, closed that place down, and then a group of us went back to a friend's house and stayed up till about 4 or 5 in the morning just telling stories.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Yeah, we had a lot of stories.
Yeah, ours started. We had like a 2-parter, which is weird, I guess. So Friday night, people wanted to get together and drink, and so we went out to B-Dubs, and there was probably 50 people there.
I would say, yeah, at one point. That was probably the height
at the
of it.
peak, there was like 50. And man, it was a blast, and I got shit-faced. On accident. It was accident.
It's always an
Because
accident.
everybody's buying you stuff.
Yeah, it was like, and it was just going down fast. So that was a blast. And then Saturday we went to a park for like a cookout for families, because, everyone wants to meet kids and stuff. So...
And I think that's what they kind of had originally in mind for us, like if we'd ended up out at the barn, but we just didn't have the commitment wasn't there, the people weren't there, and I guess that's an expensive place to go. So
Sure.
the bar worked well. I mean, in the end, it worked really well. They've got a nice
Alcohol
outdoor patio.
always it smooths things over a
Yeah.
little bit. It takes the awkward out of the air a little bit. Let
Yeah.
you talk to people you haven't seen in 10 years.
Yeah.
Or in my case, 20.
20.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was really fun. It was better than I expected. I don't want to say I didn't expect a fun time, but I mean, really catching up with people, it was a good time. And I read on Facebook that you had your 20, and I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
Like the same weekend, it was
Yeah.
it was really bizarre.
Well, and so we did a little prelim thing back around New Year's, where there were a bunch of people who were in town for the holidays and stuff. So we kind of cheated and had like a 19 and a half. And there were probably like 30 or 40 people there too. But there was a different. I mean, there was a kind of. I went to both, so there was kind of a small core group of us that were at both. But we had a good mix, kind of new people that came out last night that weren't there in December and whatnot. So it was fun.
Oh shit! Sorry.
What was that?
Sorry. I'm sorry.
No.
I apologize.
That's what I said at the thought of 20 years.
That was the awful Darth Vader
the
no
Vader from-
that they added to the Blu-ray version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
You've never seen Star Wars?
No, I saw the original in the theater,
You
but
never saw the new one.
I haven't seen any of the new stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was from
God, it was so
Return of the
bad.
Sith.
Oh well, episodes
Or
1, 2, and 3 I
Revenge
don't
of the
acknowledge. So.
Return of the
Revenge
Sith?
of the Sith.
Me either.
Revenge of the
That
Sith.
was?
Yeah.
I think we're in agreement.
No,
on that.
they added that no to
It was the original. It was episode 6.
yeah.
Jedi.
Yeah, it was the end. Remember where
When
Luke and his father were fighting,
yes.
and then Vader picked up. Was it Palpatine?
I don't know.
I can't remember who the guy was at the end
Did
who was
someone
actually
fall?
a Sith, and he picked him up and threw him off. But in the original, he did
He
it
just
without
looks.
speaking.
He just looks.
Yeah, he looked at because the dude was killing Luke,
Yeah.
and he went over, picked him up, and threw him
Well,
off.
wasn't that the Emperor?
the Emperor?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Emperor, yeah.
Wasn't it
Yeah.
Palpatine?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
but
that
that's
was
not
it.
what that's not what the no's from.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
is. In the new one, he picks him up and he goes,
George
"No!"
Lucas added
and
it.
then throws him off.
I'm not saying he didn't, but that no is from episode 3. And when after Vader's burned, they put him back together and they tell him that that Amidala's dead and everything, and he's all like, and he's been transformed into like a droid. He's like,
Well, he made a mistake and also added that to one of the original films
Oh.
in a very serious scene.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
and it
not a
was
big
terrible.
Star Wars dude.
oh.
Should call Tony.
I'll take the original 3, but after that, no.
Hey, you haven't watched them? How do you know?
No, episodes 4. I started watching episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
Jar Jar pisses me off to no end. Can't do
Terrible.
it. Can't do it.
Terrible.
So many years later, Jar Jar's still pissing people off.
It's like seeing Eddie Murphy in a movie now.
Kinda, yeah. Episode 2, I think I started at one point and just couldn't take it, and 3, I've just never even tried. I think it was you, Jeremy. I have the same problem. Like, the way that they made the films and in the order, everything in 1, 2, and 3 looks technologically further along than 4, 5, and 6, and I just have a problem with that at its core, and I just can't do it.
You have a problem going from like looking awesome to like 70s.
So did you see Prometheus?
I have not.
Will you? Because of that same reason?
It's obviously going to look better than Alien.
Yeah, you know, well, my girlfriend will laugh when she hears this, but I don't go to the movies. Like, I saw American Reunion, and I think the last thing I saw before that was Dark Knight.
Wow.
I do not go to them. Something about it, I just don't go.
What do you do with your life?
That's like all I do.
Yeah.
Did you see Drop Dead Fred before that?
Freddie got fingered.
Daddy, do you want some sausage?
Was Fred Savage? Is Fred Savage in that movie? Or no, that's
Drop Dead Fred was Bill Murray, wasn't it?
No.
Little Monsters.
Little Monsters was Howie Mandel.
But is it Fred Savage?
It's Fred Savage and the other one.
Howie Mandel.
No, both Savages are in Little Monsters.
Ben Savage.
Ben Savage, yes. Fred Savage plays the main brother. And
How did 3 out of 4 people in this room do Fred Savage had a brother?
Because of Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World, dude. Boy Meets World
yeah.
is in my top 5.
Yeah.
Topanga?
Yes, she's in my top 1.
Oh.
Wow.
Mind you, there's 17 girls in my top 1. And 4 boys.
1.1, 1.2.
Thailand. That's no. You don't think Topanga's hot?
What?
You don't think Topanga's hot?
No one said that.
No, this is this terrible like internet clip show, like The Soup.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No.
I don't even know if it's on anymore. She did like a show like The Soup, but it was like super clean and like
She like hosted it?
yeah.
Like as Topanga?
Yes. Yes, she was on there as
Because
Topanga.
Topanga was such a character that she
And
had to
she
change
would be like
who she was to portray that role.
She would show a clip of maybe a guy falling off the roof or something, changing the gutters, and she would say, "Oh, that's so Corey." That's so Corey.
Do it again. It died.
That wasn't a good joke.
No.
It's lost on me. I think this is that generation gap thing. That 10 years is just...
You miss Boy Meets World?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
So, do we want to talk about Boy Meets World?
You didn't miss much.
I'm getting that
We can
impression,
move
but-
on.
Okay.
We
Because
can move on. I
I
mean,
want to go back.
It was a wholesome family
Matter of
teen
fact,
sitcom.
we'll just do a whole Boy Meets World episode.
Yes.
So save it for
Save
that.
it for that.
It was in the same ilk of like Growing Pains and things
See,
like
those
that.
were my...
So, yeah.
Full House. Yeah, those were my shows.
We
Cosby's.
Someone
you guys had to
mentioned.
watch that shit in reruns.
I watched Cosby's live. I mean, not live. I wasn't in the studio audience.
He never missed a show.
He was like 4, though.
I watched it on television.
Yeah,
He
you
was
were like
"I
4.
want the goop. Give it to you." That's who
Rudy.
Vic was actually the guy that gave Cosby his like silly that thing because you never missed a show.
Never, ever, ever. But no, backtrack. Someone mentioned Dark Knight, and I came across some information earlier this morn that I want to put into your ears and see how you respond to it.
Yes.
Obviously, the Batman franchise is one of Warner Brothers' most profitable franchises.
Even all the way back to like the Val Kilmer days, they still made
yeah.
money, even though they were terrible movies.
Right. It's probably their highest grossing thing, especially now that they're not doing Harry Potter.
I was going to say
stuff
Harry
anymore.
Potter probably killed them.
Harry
for a
Potter,
while.
Harry Potter series is done. So Christopher Nolan and Christian Bale have obviously stated this is their last movie they're doing together. It's the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah, it was.
I don't even think they like each other.
Yeah.
It's awkward when
No,
they're
I don't
together.
know.
It's like
Yeah.
it's weird.
Yeah, when we all went out to dinner, it was
so awkward.
it was really weird. I'm like, so how's the Batman thing going? And he's like, don't ask about Batman. Don't ask about Batman.
So Warner Brothers is obviously going to continue the franchise after Christopher Nolan and Christian Bale no longer make movies.
I can't say that's obvious.
Well, it is.
Because you're now sitting on the board of directors.
No,
No,
forgot
Nolan
that you
has
got-
stated he's not doing it.
Nolan is not doing it. Warner Brothers is. They're
Okay.
gonna after this movie comes out, a year or two from now, whatever.
Because they still hold the rights.
Crossing my fingers for George Clooney
They're gonna
again.
no, they're gonna do a reboot.
Wow.
They are
The nipple bat suit.
the nipple suit. I hope they bring the nipple suit.
I
back.
hope they just
not
cut
George
the
Clooney.
nipples out.
Oh, just bare nipple. It's his only vulnerable spot. You gotta stab him in the nip.
Sharpshooters only.
So no, Warner Brothers is definitely going to reboot the franchise after this movie is over, and they've already had talks with a supposed new Batman, and I want to put this out there and see what you think, because I'm a fan, and I know there's a lot of haters out there.
Okay.
But for the new Batman, Warner Brothers is negotiating with Ryan Reynolds.
Bill Murray.
Oh, no, not Bill Murray. To
Not Bill-
everyone's
Wait,
sheer
not Bill-
hopelessness, it was not Bill Murray.
I wish it was
It's Ryan Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
Not
gotta
confirmed
disagree.
yet. They are discussing it with him.
All right. He's done too many superheroes as it is.
Okay, but he's cut and he's good looking.
Well, you are so...
I'm assuming he's in your top
He's
four.
in
Yes,
your top
he is.
one.
He's
He's
one
in
of
his
the
top
four.
one.
Yes, he is.
Vic has a boner for Ryan Reynolds. And
There's
has-
nothing not to have a boner about.
I don't.
Good looking guy.
Look, he's funny in the like Vince Vaughn sarcastic way.
He's quick.
Yeah, he's quick. I like him. He's not Batman.
No, he's not. Batman is a very serious character. He's brooding and he's depressed all the time.
His
That's
parents
not
died.
Ryan Reynolds.
No, he'd have to like go on depressants for 6 months to get ready for that.
He'd
says
go
he
Heath
can't?
Ledger on us and just die.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Too soon for
Nope.
you?
No, I don't care about Heath Ledger. He's not my top 5.
He used to be.
He was.
He was till he didn't call me that night.
Hey, if I was choosing between the Olsen twins and you, sorry, your phone's not ringing.
No,
But-
I don't hate on Ryan Reynolds. I like Ryan Reynolds, and I actually enjoyed his portrayal of the Green Lantern, even though that got terrible reviews.
Well, that was why
Who cares about reviews?
that was
though?
why Warner Brothers proposed this to him, because he
They proposed to him?
proposed this movie role
okay.
to him
So now he's taken.
because of his role in the Green Lantern. They said, we know that movie wasn't good, but it wasn't his fault. He had a good performance. It was just the writing and
and he
promotion
did,
or whatever.
and he did. And
Yeah.
my biggest thing about him being Batman is just he's not Batman. He could be. If I had to pick a superhero for him to play, it would be like Iceman from the X-Men.
Yeah.
Like sarcastic, kind
Deadpool.
of younger. Yeah, Deadpool.
Deadpool
like
movie.
kind of funny, but still able to kick some ass. Like
Right.
you know,
But
that's
don't
his
be
character. But
and
he's
don't
not.
be a whore though. Like
yeah.
everybody like he's already
Don't be Chris Evans.
he already has 2 roles. One wait.
Yeah, he was-
Deadpool and Green Lantern.
Yes.
Just keep it at that. You have a Marvel, you have a DC. Leave it at that.
Okay, but let me ask you this.
There's more actors than Ryan Reynolds.
There is, but let me ask you this, Aaron Harrison. If these
very direct.
if these movie companies came to you and said, we want you to play this superhero and this superhero and this superhero and this superhero, are you gonna be like, I think that's a little too much of me? Are you
Well-
gonna say that? Or are you gonna be like, fuck yeah, I'll be all these guys?
Well, me right now.
People with comics integrity would
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah, right, but not a fucking Hollywood dude who just wants to be in movies.
That's true.
All right, well then, who, if not Ryan Reynolds, who do you think would play the best next Batman?
An unknown,
I'm with Vic.
someone
I-
unknown, or at least very little known about him.
Well, and I would say that's the way Christian Bale was.
I was gonna- yeah.
I didn't know who he was before Batman Begins.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure he did stuff.
He
but
did.
I have no idea
American
who he was.
Psycho,
that was good.
great.
Yeah,
I'd rather see him pull
But-
someone out of the woodwork.
he wasn't on the map until he did Batman
Right, exactly.
Begins.
And even
I just hope they don't go back to like the cheesy, campy Batman
No.
bullshit.
I hope they
like
don't.
like Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Oh,
Chill.
no.
Time to kick some ice.
Well, anytime the movie starts looking like a Universal Studios, like a Hollywood theme
It looks like a ride.
Yeah, we're done.
The thing is,
Was Tim Burton involved in
Tim
all those?
Burton.
Is Alicia
1 and 2.
Silverstone in the reboot?
1 and 2.
Because
I think
I'm
1
not.
and
Which
2.
which were like the least goofiest.
Yes.
Yeah, and 2 got kind of goofy with the penguins and the rockets.
Right.
Yeah, that got a little
And
weird.
when I saw it, I'm like, okay, this is kind of silly. I was probably pretty young too, but I was like, okay, I get it. It's silly. It was still dark though.
Yeah.
And then let's kick some ice.
Let's kick
like
ice.
It took it to a
Christopher
whole-
Well, it
Walken
was,
was in
even
those
before
movies,
that. Before that was the Val Kilmer one with Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face and Jim Carrey as Riddler,
Yep.
which I think were great castings.
Jim
Like they
Carrey
could have
was
done
a
that
good
so
Riddler.
dirty, but it was still too campy, like you
Yeah.
said.
Yeah, very.
It was very campy.
Well, they're doing it. I think that what they're hinting at with these reboots, especially, Superman comes out January, and then you got Wonder Woman sometime next year, and then they're planning on rebooting Batman again.
I think it was me.
After after doing these 3, they're going to reboot again. I think they're trying to set up like a Justice League movie, which would to rival the Avengers.
But the problem is they want to keep their credibility, right?
They do.
This is the Batman you want in a Justice League movie.
Yeah.
They're not. It's not going to happen.
That's not going to give a shit about the rest of the team. Really, he's going to go rogue and get the shit done.
Yeah. This is the serious Batman. Now, somebody could come along and do it better, like Jonathan Taylor Thomas would probably be good.
My girlfriend just got excited.
Ben Savage.
Ben Savage. And he'd be like, "That's so Topanga." Oh, you guys actually laughed. You actually laughed.
We laughed at the fact you made that joke. Not that it was funny.
That was a good quip. It was a good quip.
That's so Topanga.
I know what's going on there in his t-shirt.
That's so Topanga.
So yeah.
Yes, Batman reboot, and I agree. They haven't verified, they haven't confirmed, but they have hinted towards a Justice League film. Which, like you said, I think they're gonna rush it. They're gonna try to put all these movies out really, really quick, and put out a Justice League movie out really, really quick. And it's gonna suck.
To try to rival Avengers.
Yeah, coattail it.
It's gonna suck.
Yeah.
I mean, even with the Marvel franchises, they've come. I mean, they signed Ruffalo to 6 pictures. So they're obviously planning on using the Hulk in
he's so gorgeous.
At least 6 more pictures. I know they got an Ant-Man movie coming out next year.
Because you're on the board of directors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Well, they got an Ant-Man solo, and then they got obviously the sequels. Iron Man 2, Thor 2,
Iron
Man 3.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, we saw some screenshots from the
dailies.
I'm on the
set.
I'm on the board of directors.
We took them together.
Yeah, I was on the set, and there were some pictures of the villain from Iron Man 3, who is Iron Patriot, and the costume looks like Iron Man and Captain America fucked.
And they didn't.
And had a robot baby.
Yeah, they
didn't,
did.
Vic.
I saw that picture where they were making out.
No, you
Did
didn't.
you?
That was an artist's rendition.
It's a good rendition.
Shut your mouth.
I feel like the Cap forced him to do that.
If it
The
happened,
quote on the
force
pic
him.
was "Put on the suit."
Well, was there
Take off the suit.
Take off the suit.
was there a rape writer in there somewhere?
Oh, there could have been. Marvel's got a rape writer. His name is the Hulk.
I'm just saying.
If we could only see the outtakes.
What would you?
Maybe on the DVD.
Let me ask you this: what would you do if the Hulk
He's like-
tried to rape you?
Cap's like, does that suit come with an iron trap door?
Get broken in half.
Yeah.
There's not really much you could do.
If the Hulk tried to rape you,
Yeah.
you'd get raped.
Well, that's like the age-old question.
It is?
But here's the no.
His grandmother used to ask him
I'm
this.
going
Let's
to
go.
ask you the age-old question.
I'm not sure I want to go here.
Well, you probably heard this. You probably pondered it for many hours. I'm sure we all have. That if Shaq wanted to rape you, you couldn't do anything about it.
You couldn't.
You couldn't do anything.
There was a Saturday Night Live thing. You remember when Norm Macdonald used to do the news?
Yeah.
And he goes, Shaq recently spotted on a date with Cindy Crawford, and then the girl next to him goes, and in recent news, Cindy Crawford was ripped in half.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh.
So I know we all think about that daily. We wake up and say we check our houses for Shaq.
And you're like, thank God Shaq's not here trying to rape.
When we all go to bed, we think, it's been an okay day because Shaq hasn't raped me.
What do you think would happen if the Hulk raped Shaq?
I think that's the
I
only
think it would be on
chance.
pay-per-view.
Signing up for that now.
Yes.
Not. Let's take that back. Not rape, because I think Shaq would be into it. He'd be like,
Oh yeah.
I don't want to speak for Shaq, although I was his publicist for 5 years. So technically, I did speak for Shaq, but I don't want to now. I think if there were a human being that were to take that from Shaq, he'd be like, "All right,
Like,
like,
take it from the Hulk.
yeah."
Yeah,
Wait.
yeah, it's okay.
No, you should have fail horned because
It was a fail
That was a
horn
fail
moment.
horn.
You failed on the buttons. How do you do that?
double fail horn.
Oh man. So if Shaq was
So
a superhero, who would
I'm
he
gonna
be?
stop, and you guys take the rest of the show. There's about 6 or 7 minutes left. Go.
Do you think that Shaq would make a good Black Panther?
Stop tapping on the table.
I'll do what I want. I've told you
Give me
that
that
at least
pen.
once.
Give me
No,
the pen.
You don't get it.
Give me the pen.
I'll take this one too.
Pen thief.
He can still tap the table without the pen.
He can.
Fact. Can't take my hands.
He was punching the table earlier.
Yikes.
I did see that.
He's like,
I let that slide.
it's a little meteor.
Anyway.
Do you guys think they'll ever do like a Marvel DC crossover movie like they did in the comics? Like once they do the whole Justice League thing and blah blah blah, and they have the Avengers set up and the Justice League set up.
Aaron's like really not going to talk.
He's afraid.
I don't want. I don't.
I know he keeps eyeing the window behind him.
I'm scared. It's getting dark out.
It is.
I don't want to be the root. I want you guys. If I were ever to not be in my own house during this,
We just came over and hang out with your wife and kid.
yeah, then I need you guys. I need to know that you guys are safe in getting an episode out.
We got this.
Okay.
I would say no
Get out of my side.
because, like I was telling
You
you,
are the worst at sitting at a table. Do you know that? The worst.
Victor's talking. Shut up.
I like him yelling at you more. Actually, it's more entertaining for me.
For everyone.
I say no, just because it's one thing to do a comic crossover and share the proceeds to that sale or whatever. When you're talking about multi-billion-dollar budget for a movie for two rival companies to come together and say, "Yeah, we're gonna split."
I don't think
all
they have a
this
multi-billion-dollar budget. That's a lot of money.
cost." How much? How much?
I mean, Avengers was like 300 million. So I don't
Bill-
think 2 billion.
I'm saying, no. I'm saying the
They're shooting it on
laced with gold.
They're shooting it on gold reel.
I don't want to be the root. I'm just going to shut up and make sure that if I'm not here, you guys can get this down.
I
I want to see a $1 billion movie.
I think what Victor is talking about is revenue, like after the fact, and how they divide up the beans.
Thank you, Seifel.
Yes,
I like your usage of beans.
I just saw lightning.
Good.
That's kind of scary.
One thing me and Jay were talking about earlier that I also want to bring up is we were talking about the Avengers movie, which takes place in New York City, correct?
I think so. Yeah.
If this big battle of epic proportions is going on in New York City,
Yeah.
why isn't the Fantastic Four there? Why isn't Spider-Man there? Why isn't all the other superheroes that are based out of New York City there helping the Avengers?
That was my biggest
was in the
beef with
summer,
that
right?
movie.
Vacation.
No, you can't have better things to do when the world's getting attacked.
If you're a superhero, you
You're
don't get a
already
vacation.
there. Spider-Man was like taking pictures of himself
Yes.
off a building somewhere, saw this stuff and said, no, I'm going to go have dinner.
Well, he knew he was out of his league.
That's not true.
Let me ask you guys this.
Oh,
We got a few more minutes left. When you showed up late today, that wasn't a jab. It was.
I didn't know there was a curfew.
It
to be
wasn't
in.
not a jab.
Can I just lay the blame for that now?
It wasn't a. Well, I wanted the story behind it because you came in and said,
His name is Blake.
Oh, fuck Blake.
"My
Fucking Blake.
You guys go. I'm just going to listen.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to hear the story because you said I will tell you, and then
So-
we kind of strayed away.
So when I got the call from Mr. Yole today, I texted him a little early and said, I think I called him and said, I'm hungry. Do you want to go get some food before we do this? And he's like, all right. So I go over to his place. We leave. We decide where we're going to go while we're on the road. And he threw out Max and Irma's. So I said, let's go. So we walk in, and they go to seat us, and they ask us if a high top's okay. We say yes, and they seat us like up in the front corner in the bar area. And they said, your server's Blake. He'll be over here shortly. I haven't seen Vic in a while, so we start chit-chatting. and like 10 minutes goes by, and this goes back to your rant of the whole manager check-in.
Yeah.
This was the anti-manager. We were
Wait, where were you at? I'm sorry.
Max and
Max and
Irma's.
Irma's
okay.
on 256.
Okay.
This was the anti-manager check-in. Nobody came to us for at least not even a drink order.
Not even drink order.
Not even drink order.
Nothing.
At least 10 minutes. I mean, we weren't clocking it because we didn't think we'd need to.
Right. We were
But
just hanging out.
Doesn't that always suck when you sit down and then you realize it's been a long time and you're like, how long has it actually been?
Right.
And we had no idea because we were
that was
just
a
happy.
hostess situation.
And we were
Was
just
it?
we were just happy catching up, and like
Yeah.
I said, it's been a while, and so we were just, and all of a sudden we were like,
I'm
they don't know we're here.
I'm gonna say it wasn't a hostess situation, and I'll explain why. Because so now we're like, Disciple's like, we need to get their attention. He's like, you should whistle or something. So I'm like, caca, 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 ah. Like I just started making obnoxious noises.
He went through like at least 8 different bird calls.
Till like there was like 3 hostesses up there. There was like 2 chicks, and then like the person that like holds the door when you're coming in.
True
so
story.
they like one of them saw me and they're like, hey, and I'm like, caca. And then the other 2, they all 3 look over, and then I'm like, and I start putting my arms up like, hello, and they're like, oh, like.
Did you ever
can
think
we
to just ask somebody?
Well, no, they were within talking distance.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't hear us.
So
Like, they were
so they're
that
like,
Like
I'm
saying
like, can we
shit
get-
like, where is this guy?
Yeah.
So we can get a server, and not to be a douche, like we're like laughing about it, like, yeah, we haven't had anybody. And they're like, oh, well, where's Blake? Someone runs in the back and finds Blake. Blake is a zombie. Blake is either just woke up, hasn't slept in days, or is stoned out of his mind.
All 3.
He
I was
walked-
gonna say, all 3 are
He
possible.
like walked back from the kitchen cleaning a dish with a shoe. He's all like,
Yeah.
and he
then-
still never came over.
He still
to
never
us,
came to the table. So
ever.
then the bartender.
No. First it was the manager.
The manager.
And he made some sort of comment about how maybe they were going to come take our
He's
drink
like,
order.
well, the bartender was making drinks. He's like, when she's done, she'll probably come get you drinks. Like, you guys need a beer or something. So we just told him, yeah, we want a beer and a Sprite. He's like, okay. He went and got it. The bartender ended up serving us the entire meal, which she was awesome.
She was.
We saw Blake randomly just poking up around the restaurant like he was fucking lost, and he's all like, well, I don't know where to go. And so the bartender ended up serving us the entire time.
Yup.
Alicia?
Gabby.
No, Gabby.
Oh, no.
Gabby was the hostess.
Samsonite.
I was way
so
off.
way off.
That's
Way
right.
off.
Gabby was the hostess. That's right.
Gabby
That's
was the
right.
hostess.
Alicia was the
Alicia
bartender. Alicia comes out at the end and gives us our bill. She runs my credit card. I take it and I sign it and I close it. And here comes Blake.
Blake comes
Son
over,
of a bitch.
Blake comes over to the table and is like, hey, you guys need anything else?
That really happened.
I swear to God. I swear to God.
And he picks up the little credit card booklet and like walks off.
He's like, did she already change you out? We're like, yeah. He's like, all right, man, have a nice day.
Do you think he didn't get the tip for that?
I
No,
hope not.
no, she served us and we tipped her. No, he didn't. He can tip
But
her.
he-
If you tipped her cash, then you tipped her. If you did
No,
not, then
No,
it's
it's on the
his.
credit card.
It's on his. It's his.
But the dude showed up and was like, you guys need anything? We were
Yeah.
like, are you serious? It was like 40 minutes after we were told he was coming over to take care of us. And
Fucking Blake.
in the meantime,
shit to do.
no
You-
manager check-ins.
None.
None.
Except the necessary one.
Yeah, the original one where we got up, maybe they'll take your drink order.
But he did. Say, I want a beer.
My big complaint with Max and Irma's has always been like the minute I sit down, they want me to order cookies. Like I just got here.
We had no offer.
It's at least 15 times during the course of my meal that I'm offered cookies.
Well, it's because it takes like 10 minutes to get them done. So they don't want you to get finished with your meal and go, yeah, I need cookies, because then you're sitting there half an hour longer. But they do push them on you big time.
And that was my last experience. We were offered cookies by like every staff member,
Yeah.
including the guy in the white like chef coat.
You're like, do you have like a surplus or something? Like,
I think they
you
overmade
trying to
that
get
day.
rid of them?
Which I think we forgot to mention the surplus of cookies
at the reunion.
at the reunion.
Oh yeah.
So
Holy crap.
just touch on this real quick. For this cookout thing we did, the first half of the alphabet was supposed to bring side dishes. The second half of the alphabet was supposed to bring cookies. So the first half of the alphabet, some people made like pasta salad, and most people just brought bags of chips and things like that.
I brought meat rolls.
He brought He brought meat circles, which are actually like deli pinwheels. The second half of the alphabet, Every single person brought cookies from Kroger. They had a buy one get one free special on boxes of cookies. We had like 38 boxes of cookies at the fucking cookout.
It was awesome.
It was awesome.
It was
like,
awesome.
It's the only time I've been like, should I get a cookie? No, I'm like, oh, there's so many cookies. I'm eating cookies.
I think I ate like 10 cookies.
Yes.
Everybody's leaving. They're just handing out boxes of cookies.
Just boxes of cookies. Just take a box
Didn't
of
put a
cookies.
dent in the cookies.
No.
Well, because I was thinking a half an alphabet of cookies is a lot of cookies
That's-
without a buy one get one
It was
free.
buy
Yeah.
one get one free.
And somebody
Oh my
brought
God.
like 3 packs of Oreos.
Well, what's
Double
weird is
stuff.
there was an odd number of boxes of cookies,
I
which
think we
means
already killed one.
somebody didn't
Get the free one.
get the
Somebody
free
didn't
one.
shop at Kroger.
That was funny. I thought we should throw that in there.
yeah.
Wow.
Good
no,
throw.
we didn't
Logo.
have we
Good
didn't
throw.
have to bring anything. Ours was show up.
That's sweet. Yeah, and I don't know. I guess people contributed money.
We
Yep.
did that.
You
Yeah, a
did?
few
Yeah, it
people
was
did.
like $10 a head.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
We did not do that.
No.
We did that. We actually have money left over for like next whatever.
For my cable bill.
No.
Who collected that money?
Your
Wait,
cla-
on my
Jeff-
side?
your
Jeff
class
did.
prez.
No,
Jeff
no, no,
did.
no, 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 no. No, no.
Class prez.
I do not have the funds.
I want to be a class president just so I can manage the funds. Or would it be like the class treasurer?
I think it's treasurer.
Treasurer.
Yes. But to close on the previous story, as Vic said, fuck Blake.
Fuck Blake.
Oh my god.
Blake's a bag of douche.
There's never been one Blake that I've thought Blake's an awesome guy.
You know what we should have gotten was a picture.
With Blake?
That would have been like taking a
wouldn't have
picture. That would have been like taking a picture with the dude from Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, he had his eyes closed. He was like, you guys need anything else?
He was kind of slumped back a little bit. Just
He
kinda,
was doing the. He's like washing the dish, doing the Bernie. He's a server. Like, why are you even washing a dish? It's like they. It's an equal opportunity employer. They hired a fucking special to walk around and be like, just to blame shit on.
and the quota has been met.
He's the company's scapegoat.
He is. Something's wrong. Oh, it's fucking Blake's fault.
Like, really, you get halfway through their shift and the table's complaining and they're like, well, Amanda's doing a favor for Blake because and then he's like the scapegoat.
Right.
It's always Blake's fault.
It's like the manager's son, and he just like walks around with a badge with name tag on.
Yeah,
It doesn't even really work there.
because Max and was manager. Oh shit,
We might have some
Better have to
storms.
wrap this
I
up.
might have to wrap this up and get saved.
Well,
Big
so
storms are coming in.
So real quick too, Vic, I don't know if you caught this, but Gabby, our wonderful hostess, even informed me that she did not like Blake and that Blake was annoying.
Is that what she said?
Yeah,
I thought you guys were making out.
No,
Like you guys
Amber-
had a little whisper session.
No, she's like, oh, but you'll like him. I never saw the dude.
No.
He was gone.
Hey, you guys need anything
Wait,
else?
she said she didn't like him, but
She-
you would?
she straight
so
up
she
told me-
lumped you guys in with his annoying ass?
Oh
Yes.
fuck.
I
So
think
we're getting some flackers.
Yeah, I
Yeah, the
think
weather's not permitting us to
We should
continue.
probably
so-
end this and save
we're
it.
about to lose some power, so I think it's midnight.
It's midnight, everybody.
Turn around.
Turn around.
The quickest exit ever.